Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. We are off to New York City. For today's daily challenge, we will have double motorways and half the number of road tiles. One of those is good and the other is questionable. It theoretically could be fine, but, we'll see. We are, of course, in New York, and when we say New York, we mean Manhattan. Every once in a while, people do mean the Bronx, or I suppose Queens, but that's largely because baseball. Of course, when football says New York, it means New Jersey, but, as long as we're not dealing with the New York, New Jersey hitmen. Here's a handy guide to figure out how serious your sports league is. If your sports league says New York and means New York, it's probably fairly serious. If your sports league says New York, means New Jersey, and is such a big deal that everyone's just cool with that, your sports league's a big deal. If, however, your sports league says New York, means New Jersey, and New Jersey has enough, gumption to say, hey, now, wait a second, you gotta say New Jersey too, you don't have the juice. As evidence, I point to the New York, New Jersey hitmen of the original XFL. We'll take a roundabout and 10 road tiles. Cat, why are you meowing at me? I just fed you. You have food. What do you want? Hi. What? What is it? No, don't just meow. You have to say things. You have to explain your position. You can't just idly complain about stuff. That's my job. God. Cat thinks she can just sit here and meow and be cute, and that'll be enough. She's not wrong, but... So we got a few more orange houses to go with this newly rounded orange business. This is a fairly short road. I kind of think this will be okay for a while. Like, eventually it's going to be a problem, and we might have to... maybe split this orange here. Actually, you know what I can do? I can just do that. And yeah, whatever, there will be things at the train station, but honestly, who cares? This fourth orange house will probably be just as useful as a fourth orange house going this way as it is as the primary orange house going the other way. Let's take 15 road tiles here. Road is going to be in short supply over the course of the run today. So, ow, God. I coughed. Alright. Let's run this pink road over here, this pink house over here, this pink house over here. I'm tempted to do the exact same connection here that I did with this orange connection down here, and you know what? I think I will. I think we'll just leave these here. These pinks are fine. Like, we'll point this pink toward the train station, but it's still probably going to be useful over here as well. Now, an actual problem has occurred. Oh, wait. We may have a solution to our actual problem. The presence of these orange houses over here means that we can just run this road going this way and not have to worry about stuff and things, which is good. Give me another bridge. We are on Manhattan, but there'll be things over the river eventually, probably. We might even need to go through some woods. Not these woods, though. These are tightly controlled, heavily regulated woods. Heavily regulated woods is what happens if you put restrictions on who can watch Legally Blonde, I think. That sounds right. Anyway, this is going to come over to here. We get a fourth greenhouse going down to this newly rounded green circle. That's fine. Heavily regulated woods is, I suppose, the title of the episode. That's, they've really had to crack down on the PGA Tour. Make sure that everybody's using the same quality golf clubs. Heavily regulated woods. Well, it's not like that trombone guy in WWE can't go to Saudi Arabia on account of the awfulness of them. heavily regulated woods. I'll stop, I promise. Carries on a very strict pitch count for this outing. Heavily regulated wood. Oh, God, I said I would stop. Let's take 2 motorways and actually stop. It seems like a good idea. Can't really do all the things that need doing, so let's just do this. We'll pull that pink house over to here. We'll draw motorway number 1 up like so. Behold, the Midtown Manhattan Expressway. This seems fine. This seems reasonable. Everyone's going to be cool with this, right? We'll go over here with these yellows, run them down like so, get them off into here. Let's see, I think this over here is Queens, this down here is Brooklyn, and if one was to extend this map way the hell up to the north, that would be the Bronx, and then New Jersey's off here to the west. I think that's about right. I also think the only reason I half know this is that I was recently looking at a map of New York, by which I mean Manhattan, for my job, which I'm driving down for tomorrow. God. But yeah, to my understanding, the job is right about here. It's on like 55th Street. We'll take a couple more motorways. So the job is right about here. And there are basically no hotels in Manhattan where you can park a car on site and stay for 2 nights for a 3-figure sum of money. And all of the ones I looked into are like, either that is physically impossible, what are you talking about? Or that would be a 4-figure sum of money. And my job does not want to spend a 4-figure sum of money to house a person for 2 days, which, I mean, fair. So instead, the job is right here. I will be staying way the hell over here, just a little bit further west off the map as we expand to the west. Somewhere over here is Secaucus, New Jersey. And Secaucus, New Jersey is home to a great many lodging facilities, which all advertise themselves as being New York hotels, and none of which actually are, which is funny. All right, let's take these 2 pinks, bop number 3, up into here. I'm reminded, of course, of the Futurama episode where Fry is looking for an apartment and he finds one that is just truly gorgeous. It appears to be like an exact recreation of the set of Frasier, and it costs like $200 a month. And he's like, oh, this is an amazing place. What's the catch? And the doorman says, well, son, it is highly technically in New Jersey. At which point Fry says, pass. Because the joke is that no one likes New Jersey. Which I suppose is a good, fine joke. I don't know. I know people from New Jersey. They're generally fine. Let's take motorway number 2, slide it over to here, bop, and bop. My friend Jarrett is from New Jersey. He hosts a Mets podcast. Let's see here. So we got this blue over here. That is probably also going to need some motorways. Anytime we go to New York City, I always wind up drawing like 600 motorways, and it's like, oh God, there are people who think this would actually be good in real life to have 600 highways in and around New York City and just knock down a few dozen apartment buildings in so doing. Oh, God. All right, so I repositioned that motorway just to allow a 3rd blue house access to the on-ramp going up to there. This is all, broadly speaking, generally fine. We've got these 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow houses coming down here, servicing this business. Hey, you know, I think, as we take a bridge here, I think we can do without motorway number 2. And specifically, I think we can do without motorway number 2 because we can just run this big long road here. And if we just run this big long road here, this 3rd orange house, by the way, very helpful. I like it a lot. We do with that big long road there. Yeah. We just kind of staple fuse this green up in this way. That goes off there. These yellows right here are going to run down here, grab onto this road. Part of the reason for that is that I'm going to peel these 2 yellows off and motorway them to service this business. In the fullness of time, when I have a few more road tiles handy, I'm going to want to build a slightly silly bridge. You can see how a slightly silly bridge would be advantageous for me. At the moment, we can't really do that. Also at the moment, we've got blues spawning in an unfortunate place. All right. Oh, hi. I was going to draw... I was going to draw a big long motorway, but if you get a friend and I get some road tile, we might be in business here, buddy. Hold on. Can you please get a friend? I'd like it a lot if you got a friend. You kind of sort of have like 6 more in-game hours to get a friend. No? Alright, you didn't get a friend. I've got 3 bridges and 2 motorways. I think it's a little bit unlikely that I go through all of those before I go through these extra 5 road tiles. So I am actually going to take the extra road here. I'm also just going to press my luck with this right here. One house is not really enough to support one business, but for a minute or two, it should be okay. We've got these 3 yellows right here to serve this. I've already burned through the road tiles that I got on Monday, so motorway number 2 is going to exist for at least another week. Odds are motorway number 2 is just going to exist forever at this point, but, you know, hi. You're extant. It's unfortunate, but unavoidable, it seems. We'll pop you up there. Let's draw motorway numero 5 in this manner. Actually, hold on. Wait. What are we doing? No. Motorway number 5, you don't need to exist, actually. I think you're basically fine. We just need to do a wee bit of restructuring here as regards these greens. Okay. You 3 go up that way. You staple yourself there. Just as soon as I pull one more road tile together. Okay. This makes a lot more sense. These 4 greenhouses serve primarily this business, but also additionally this train station. Fine, whatever. These 2 right here serve this business. Motorway number 5 doesn't actually need to exist. Give me... God damn. Give me 15 more road tiles. I very much need the road, especially if I'm going to do this. I just burned all of the road, basically. Oh, let's see here. Okay. You're an orange business. That's ucky. Let's see here. I think I might want to avail myself of 1 more road tile. Like, what if... 1 more house, rather? Like, what if we do that? And then... Oh, hi. You've gone circular. Gross. Okay. Well, I mean, we've got problems then, but we were always going to have problems. Let's see here. You snake up here and go there. And that just barely fits these 3 oranges into here. You are now a circle, which is gross. I think what we're going to do is run motorway number 4 right here to keep this short and swooshy. And then we'll have the newly drawn motorway number 5 over here. So this house, along with the 1, 2, 3 of these blue houses, will service this circle. Eventually I'll get a little bit more road going on, and I'll be able to tie, like, this blue house to this. Actually, I can tie this together right now. I just need to pause and restructure like so. So now we have 4 of you going up here. I'll eventually be able to swoop and have 4 of you going up there. I might even be able to reclaim motorway number 4 at that point. That would be nice. Come to me, my can of Coke Zero. Oh, it is good to have a plan, even if the plan is bad. All right. Give me 2 more motorways and a whopping 5 road tiles. Even worse, I'm going to use 4 of those road tiles right there. And I think we are going to murder chop motorway number 4. So I want these 4 houses to be the primaries going up here. Hey, hold on. I think I see a more efficient way of delivering traffic this way. I don't know if it actually is more efficient, but at the moment this feels better. What if we do this? I think I wound up having 4 spare road tiles after I drew it that away. So let's let this pull itself together. Lateral move at best. Alright, well, it's a lateral move at best. What are you going to do? We'll toss another orange house onto the road going to this orange circle. I do have 3 road tiles, so I can do this, get this orange house involved. These blues down here suddenly doing nothing. I think I probably want to slide motorway number 5 here, just for the sake of motorway shortening. That seems like a decent idea. Mama's little motorway loves shortening. Mama's little motorway loves shortening path. I don't think that makes sense, but, you know, I could be wrong about things. Let's take 15 more road tiles, because I have 3 motorways and 3 bridges, and it's highly unlikely that I'm going to need all of that. I think that sounds about right. I also think I'm going to peel 1.1 dB off of my mic level, because it was high. You want to live right at the top of the yellow, peak just into the red. And I was living just into the red. So that's, you know, too high. How about that? Oh, God, you'd think that for a person who literally works with audio levels professionally and has a literal, actual college education in this shit, I would know what the fuck I'm doing. You would think. One would assume. One would be wrong. Oh, let's see here. These greenhouses are starting to get a little antsy. Here, have a friend. Toss another greenhouse onto this road just to support the train station and the business and such. Oh, you're blue. Oh, I don't care for that. I think, well, in the absence of better options, we're gonna have to start doing shit. All right, hold on. I have 4 motorways. First of all, this blue circle here can have another house. That makes 5. That'll be okay. Next, I think we're going to take... Sort of don't want to mess with all of the shit that I have here, but I think we might have to mess with some of the shit that we have here. If we swing this down this way, these 2 blue houses can theoretically support this business. We can take... You know what we can do? We can take 15 road tiles. Hold on, I have a stupid plan. I have a stupid, unnecessary plan. This is going to work out just fine for me, actually. The stupidity and unnecessity of this plan is shocking to us all. Let's toss our extant roundabout right about here. And then you go there, and you go there, and you go in there, and you swoop around into there, and then you go out there. So everybody comes into the roundabout, and then they come down here, and then they go to this business. And that should, of course, be just fine. This blue train station is presently unsupported, which, I mean, I guess I should care about. If I have to. I don't really want to, but it is what it is. Alright, I'm going to kill... Nope, not this. Although it is good to know that all of this road is going basically unused. I'm going to kill all of this. Actually, hold on. If I do that, I can run this up to here, and... Oh, that overfucks this orange business. Let's do that. Because I'm still chopping all of this and all of this. The reason I'm chopping these is to run this green road up this way so that it now serves this green circle. However, as you may have noticed, that does leave this green business here completely and totally unsupported, which is bad. So we'll draw motorway numero cuatro, just like so. There. So now these 4 greenhouses serve this business. These 4 continue serving this circle, which they've been doing for quite a while. These 4 come up here to serve this. That's fine. I suddenly and very temporarily have 21 free road tiles, which feels like entirely too many. Therefore, let's use some of them in a silly manner, drawing these 4 blue houses down here solely for the service of this train station. All right, so now these 3 greenhouses serve the train station. These 4 blue houses serve the train station. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oranges serve this circle. Actually, I think it might just be time for a full and proper west to east roundup. And when I say west to east, we'll do east to west because a person naturally reads left to right, and therefore, when you are searching for things, you should search right to left because it forces your brain to act and think and work more than it otherwise would if it was doing its natural reading process. This makes sense. This makes a fair bit of intuitive sense, and I saw it in a book once, so it must be right. All right. Well, I was going to do stuff, and I probably will still do stuff. I have 3 motorways. On the other hand, traffic lights. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take traffic lights instead of motorways. That was a fair, reasonable counter argument. Let's see here. Okay, let's do some minor restructuring with these yellows here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these 4 down this way, have them continue this road, and now we'll have 4 yellow houses serving this business. Additionally, I have murder chopped motorway number 2, for you see, it is finally time. We are indeed drawing the ridiculous bridge I dreamed of. Behold, the ridiculous bridge I dreamed of. I could just use 2 bridges here and save some road tiles, but, bridges, they're a limited resource. All right. Full and proper east to west roundup, I think it is time for a full and proper east to west roundup. Let's start with this yellow business here. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 houses. As you can see, they have cars in their driveways. This business is totally fine. This blue circle is supported down here by 5 blue houses, and you can see we have plenty of cars in driveways over here. I think this blue circle, totally fine. Up next, we've got this double plaza right here. The blue side of it is supported by 1, 2, 3 blue houses. They come into this roundabout. They go down this way. They service this. This feels like the Great American Mall, even though I know I built it in Queens instead of New Jersey. But it's a big, ridiculous complex with a slightly unnecessary traffic infrastructure that has a bunch of ways to get to it, and nobody actually goes to it. So, it'll be fine. But by the way, while we're here, we're just tossing a couple more greenhouses onto this road to support this circle, because this is now a circle. So, you should support your circles when and as you can support your circles. That was a Nickelodeon show, right? Support Your Circles was the slightly inferior predecessor to The Adventures of Pete and Pete. That sounds right. Let's pause our recap momentarily to deal with the newly discovered presence of this orange square. This orange square is not great. I don't love it. I think what we're going to do is we're going to reroute our yellow road to go down and around it. And that, most importantly, will open up your entrance port. Incidentally, while I'm here doing stuff, I'm just going to redraw these pinks so that I have 4 of them going up instead of 3. That's more and therefore better. That's basically traffic flow management, actually. While we're here doing more and therefore better, let's get more and therefore better coverage for... I was going to say more and therefore better coverage for this green circle, but actually upon further examination, more and therefore better coverage for this train station, because it's getting to be that time of the game where you have to pretend to respect train stations, which, okay. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh, right, this orange business. You remember I started... Have I mentioned recently that I have basically softly concluded, yeah, I probably might have some form of ADHD, because, oh boy, I do get distracted from things, don't I? It's fine. I also just noticed that my closet door is open, which means that my cat opened the closet door, which she's not allowed to do. Grumble, 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 cat. Anyway. All right. So this orange business, again. Let's see. I don't want to futz with... Oh, I can put this orange house here. Support this train station. And roundabout support this circle. But yeah. I don't want to futz too bad with what's going on over here. But I think I will peel 1, 2 orange houses and draw motorway number 2 like so. Okay. So we draw motorway number 2 like so. We redraw our blues to get them into this roundabout. That'll be fine. All right. So, as I was saying, east to west roundup, this blue business is supported by 1, 2, 3, 4 blue houses right here. They come into the roundabout. They come down this way. That's totally fine. Sharing this plaza is this pink circle. This pink circle is supported by 5. Hold on. What's the point of a roundabout if you don't use all the spurs, I ask? This pink roundabout is supported by 5 pink houses up here, but also 4 more pink houses down here. Give me... Am I so good on... I think I'm so good on road tiles that I can take the traffic lights here. I might regret that, but that's what we're doing. So this pink house has these 5 pink houses over here, but its primary support is coming from the south, where these 4 pink houses are taking motorway number 3 to get into the western end of the plaza. That's kind of wasteful, but also I have 7 more motorways, so it's actually just fine. Blue business up here. I'll pull this blue out of the roundabout, send it off this way. If I need to get more creative than that, I have some more blues down here. We're generally fine. This orange has gone circular. That's probably bad. For now, I'll just pull another orange off of the road going here and hope that it winds up being okay. These 2 oranges here are not really spawning in helpful places, but we can pretend they're nice as they come down here. You are a pink house that will now serve this business. You are a yellow circle that just went... Well, you just rounded yourself. Man, I'm getting a lot of orange spawns right now. It's not helpful orange spawns, though. Give me 15 more road tiles. Okay. I think the pedal has recently hit the metal. Let's see here. So this orange can go up that way. That's good. This green can come down here, service that circle. That's fine. I've still got issues and problems. Specifically, this orange circle is still kind of mad at me. Now I could, if I wanted to, hold on, hold the phone. Hold the phone. I've got a terrible idea. So y'all, hold on, let me reclaim this bridge. This presently unused bridge because there's nobody at the train station. These blues right here, right? These blues right here can take motorway number 6 to get down here. That, in turn, frees up the on-ramp to motorway number 2 to get 2 more orange houses into this circle business. Okay. That is starting to seem okay-ish. Toss a couple more greens onto motorway number 4 to support this circle. Have a lovely spawn of a green business right here. This is just what we in the business like to call a score juicer. You're just here to juice my score a little bit, so... Score juicer, you will juice up my score. Score juicer. Sorry. I don't know why I went into the Crossfire jingle, but I did. You can't say that I didn't, because I did, in fact, did. All right, I have 2 traffic lights I'm never going to use. Let's take a roundabout instead. Speaking of round things, this has gone roundy, which means that, no matter what we do, the run is now fucked. Simply because of the mathematics of double circle plazas. So, that's a problem. But what else is a problem is the sudden need for yet more roadage. Let's have this big, long, ridiculous blue road form a southeastern spur out of the roundabout. That exists to pull these 2 blues up this way to provide additional support for this business. You can see that these cars are already being called upon, which is bad, but okay. All right, you can be a little more efficient. You can go off that away. All right, where was I in my east to west roundup? I did this business. A couple of these spawned. Like this orange business spawned after we started the roundup. Oh, hi, I just noticed that this business is mad. Hi. All right. I understand why you're angry about stuff. You're angry about stuff because I keep stealing cars from you. Understandable. All right. These 2 oranges right here can be peeled off that away to service. Nope. They're just in service of this business, which, okay. I mean, this business is important and needs service, but fuck. How do I get more oranges over here then? I mean, the obvious answer is I don't, but I don't like the obvious answer. I want a better one. Let's draw this way so as to peel these oranges over here. You know what I can do? Here's what I can do. Boop, bop, and beep. I can peel these 3 oranges down here. Only really exist to support the train station and sort of ostensibly through orange osmosis or whatever, they get up to this circle. But fuck that, man. Instead, here's motorway number 7. Here's a straight shot right under the entrance ramp of this circle business. And now you 3 can help make this not die. That seems good and better, right? Seems both good and better. Okay. I have 5 motorways, so for the moment I'm just going to make sure that I don't run out of road in case I need to draw anything truly ridiculous. I think we're going to do that. Speaking of things that are truly ridiculous, I suddenly have this extra greenhouse. Can I redraw? Yes, I can. I can indeed redraw this green road just to incorporate one additional greenhouse. Hear ye! Let the record show that this viewer was here first. Good morning, Samurai Sam. Sam was here first, put up a score over 41,000 in Time Guesser. That's good time guessing, Sam. Oh, let's see here. All right, east to west roundup. We're okay for now. This blue circle is right here. It is presently supported via motorway number 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue houses down here. We built that what feels like an hour ago, and it's been basically fine. Incidentally, speaking of an hour ago, it's like 7:35. I don't have to be on a job until noon, so we're good. Let's see here. This yellow house can point straight up, support this yellow business. That'll be fine. Speaking of yellow businesses, next in our roundup is this yellow circle right here. Game, give me 2 motorways. This yellow circle right here is supported via a big, long, silly road by 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow houses. And that's it. Maybe we can do something better than that. Hold on. Let's take this, this, and this. Draw motorway numero 8. And we'll have number 8 come in here. Supplement that from the south. I think if you supplement that from the south... Actually, hold on. If you supplement that from the south, then we can chop this and have you 2 supplement this from the north. That results in a net gain of 1 house for this business, but also shorter travel times, and 2 houses for this business. Meaning, theoretically, that both of these yellow circles should be better off now. I don't know if that's actually going to play out that way, but I think the science is sound. Doesn't necessarily mean much, but let's see here. No. It appears as though all of the yellows in the world are mad at me now. Awesome. All right, let's draw this down here, get more support going for this. We got another yellow over to here. Hold on. I have 2 yellows over here that are presently not doing anything. Do I have any other yellows on the entire map? I've got 1, 2, 3 right here, but they're all kind of scattered. Like one's right here, one's over here, one's down here, and they're not really connected to nothing, and they don't really could be connected to nothing. They don't really could be connected to nothing is a string of words that I just said. God, you know what I mean. Let's see here. This orange house that I just tossed onto this road would actually probably be better dedicated up to this road. Just kind of brute force through this traffic issue. Yeah, okay. So I've got these 2 yellows right here, and that's functionally it for ways to help the yellow economy. Awesome. Let's draw motorway number 9. We'll just do that, I guess. That seems feasible. I don't necessarily love it, but, you know. All right, give it a little bit of time for everything to calm down and gel together and all that. I do think that we're starting to make progress. Specifically, oh, right. You need to do that. All right, hey, you know what? I'm starting to wonder if it's worth even having this. Like, yeah, let's just separate this. Get rid of this nonsense. We've got 2 orange houses down here. That's going to be wholly sufficient to sustain this train station, and we don't have to deal with this bullshit. Okay, speaking of not dealing with bullshit, I think, well, first of all, I think we'll take a second roundabout rather than a 3rd and 4th traffic light. Things that are never going to actually matter. Additionally, while we're here looking at stuff, let's take these 2 greenhouses and run them. I'm trying to find a way to. Aha, I just did. If we run them up like so, then these 1, 2, 3 greens, which had previously been doing nothing, can now support this business, just in case it needs it, because every once in a while it looks like needing it. So it'll be fine. Okay. Good news, my yellows have calmed down. Bad news, it means we have to solve more problems, probably. All right, well, let's solve more problems, such as, before it even becomes a problem, I'm going to grab all of these pinks in the world and toss them onto motorway number 3 to provide yet more support for this guy. Oh, hi, you've gone circular. I didn't notice you rounding yourself. Sorry. That's bad. Yeah, so it becomes that much more important that we actually have friends and love and support for this pink business on account of the fact that this pink business is now kafucked. Swell. Okay. So yeah, let's put all of the weight and emphasis here on this motorway. That seems like it'll be good and fun and fine and such. Hey, can I sneak a roundabout in there? I feel like I can sneak it. Yeah, I can sneak a roundabout right about here. And if I can sneak a roundabout right about there, then we can just do this, and then I can just do that, and that'll be better, question mark? Anyway, so now we've got all of the things in the world that need doing. Specifically, we have all of, hey, you come up here, go that away, service that. And now, just like that, we've pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pinks together to support this business. Lovely. We can also have these 2 pinks from here come into that. That'll be okay. You blues, incidentally, by the way, can just go that way. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you service this. That's all looking decent-ish. Okay. This green is mad. I can toss another greenhouse onto that road right now. This pink is mad, which, I mean, fair. I understand. How do we solve a problem like that guy? Wonderful question. Let's sever the connection to the train station so as to force these two houses to fully dedicate themselves to the love, care, support, and maintenance of this business. That in turn has me chop all of this road, which I suppose is fine. This orange, which had previously been doing nothing, can go over here, support this, which is okay. I need a whole bunch of pinks. Hey, look, a whole bunch of pinks. What if we draw motorway number 10 way over here? Ow, my leg. All right. So all of the pinks in the world are mad at me, which is bad. But I did just draw motorway number 10 to get these three over to here. This train station, I'm sorry, I don't respect train stations. Should I? Maybe. Let's toss this up here. We'll get a second pink house going this way. All right, now you've got a second pink house. I seriously don't have to respect you, pink train station. I should probably respect, however, this pink business here. Not to mention this pink circle and, oh, hey, you didn't exist a minute ago. I remember looking at you in places where there used to be a roundabout where you are. Fuck. I don't have an answer for you. All right, here. We'll separate this. We'll go back to 1B, 1R. I've got these two pinks right here. What if we draw motorway number 11 up here to help with the circle? That seems conceptually feasible. It's about all that can be said for it, but you know, here. Better, more efficient allocation of pink resources over here. Oh, right, I was going to draw pinks to save that. 4,811 commuters over 149 days. It sure is a score. Let us take a look. It's top 5% in the world. It's not as good as Samurai Sam. So drop those Samurai Slams in the chat. Not for the 800th time, because there have been times when I've beaten Samurai Sam. And I should make mention, and it definitely didn't just pop into my head here at 7:42 in the morning. What are you talking about? This is the 800th edition of Good Morning Mini Motorways. That's a lot. I still greatly enjoy doing this show, which is why I'm still doing it. But thank you to everybody who watches and comments and enjoys and doesn't tell me that this is a horrible waste of my life. Because, you know, I have me for that. Oh, God. It's a good, fun time. And we put up a good, fun score in New York Good Fun City or something. I don't know. New York Good Fun City, title of the episode, is probably better than Heavily Regulated Woods, to be honest. That's why they don't let Tiger out of his house anymore. Heavily Regulated Woods. Okay. God. All right, so the title of the episode is New York Good Fun City. And now, I should probably bring in our good friend the Wordle, and we do, you know, that. I've done 800 of these. I'd think I would know how these would go by now. The Wordle today, of course, is Heavily Regulated Woods. It's a terrible first word, but who cares? There's an O there. Neat. It could be... Well, it's not going to be honor, because there's no second O. It could be honey, though. Could absolutely be honey. It's not, but for a moment it could have been. We are now both considering the movie Honey. Fun times. Anyway, let us see here. So there's an H in the word, huh? It could be youth. No, it can't be youth. There's no Y. It could be mouth. It could absolutely be mouth. It's mouth. Okay. Good job, Goog. Just pulled that one out of thin air. Works for me. Oh, let us guess where and when we are in the spate of time and such. What in the hell is this flag? I have a question. Well, first of all, I have a thought, and my thought is, Okay, these look like World War II era battleships, and that looks like mountains and such. Interesting. We could be like Pacific Ocean, Battle of Midway type situation. I have another question, though. The fuck is this flag? The fuck is this flag with your, what, 7 rows of 9 star? Hold on. No, 7 rows of 8. Okay. No, wait, that still doesn't make sense. That would be like 56 stars. Hold on. Do you have 7 rows of 8 stars? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 7 rows of 8 stars. What the fuck flag are you? Why are there 56 stars on your... I'm very confused. I'm still going to say that this is like the Battle of Midway, which incidentally means... is that not 6 rows? Hold on. Is it 6? It would make so much more sense if it was 6. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, it's 6. Okay, so it's 6 rows of 8 stars. Which means there are 48 stars, which... makes all the sense in the world because there were 48 states at the time this was taken. I've never seen a variant of the American flag that is just the field of the American flag, but I could believe that as a battle flag or something. Okay. So yeah, this is a bunch of U.S. Navy ships parked either at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii or at Midway Island, which I believe to be in the midpoint of the Pacific Ocean. However, the Pacific Ocean is large. Like real big. So I don't necessarily love the idea of just tossing a pin in the Pacific Ocean and saying, hey, we're somewhere near here. But man, the ocean is so big that when you zoom in on it, you get scared about stuff. All right. Do we want to just say it's Hawaii? We're definitely nearish to landish on account of the mountainous background and what have you. And that is fairly volcano-shaped. And one thing I know Hawaii for is it is fairly volcano-shaped. Not like all of it, but there's a mountain on it that's fairly volcano-shaped. Oh, God. All right. Let's say we're at Pearl Harbor then. Maybe this is literal, actual Pearl Harbor Day. Which raises the question, which one of these Hawaiian islands houses Pearl Harbor? It's probably the big one, just on account of, if you pick anything in Hawaii, it's probably the big one. But I would also think that it would have a dot on the map if I'm zoomed in this tight to it. And it kind of doesn't. It has Pearl City, though. The capital of Hawaii, as we just discovered, is not on the big one. So, you know. I don't have a point, actually. Hi there, Hawaii. Where did you put your Pearl Harbor, Hawaii? I saw your Pearl City. And I see your Hilo and your volcano and your Hawaiian Ocean View. It's a lovely name for a town. Hawaiian Ocean View, Hawaii. I feel as though you kind of gave up when naming that one, guys. But, you know, let's just go ahead and blame white people. That seems very reasonable. All right, fuck this nonsense. We're at Ocean Point, Hawaii in 1941. It's got to be close, right? It's anchored in Tokyo Bay. That's fine. I was just missing, you know, the entire Pacific Ocean. And 4 years, because it was at the end of World War II when they were docked off the sea. Yeah, okay. Next. I think I've already confirmed that I'm getting a lower score than Sam, but, you know, it's fine. So this is the Paraguayan Association of Sick People. Cool. Sick People and Genie Lamps. Sounds about right. You think Colonel Oviedo should be here. I mean, okay. He's deprecated something. All right. Well, you do you, Paraguayan Association of Sick People and Genie Lamps. Can I pin this down time-wise? Oh, we got so many. Oh, we got so many masks. Okay. All right. So pick a 2020. Is it 2021 or 2020? Let's say 2021. For no particular reason. Where? Hi. Why are you meowing? What do you want? You just gonna meow at me? Interesting. No, Sam, it means infirm. Sick people, obviously. Come on. Follow the logic here. So we are in presumably Asuncion because it's the... Why did I say that with a French accent? So we're in Assumption, Paraguay. It's the capital of Paraguay, don't you know? Yeah, let's just kind of toss a pin right about there and say that it's 2020 and 1? 2020 and 1! Hooray! Good job, Goog. Next. Hey, Germany surrenders. Which time? I think this was the first time. This is looking rather World War I-ish. Cool. All right. This is an information booth for soldiers and sailors. Great. Germany surrenders appears to be the big deal. News of the day and whatnot. What paper is this, friends? The Evening Mail. We're in jolly London town. Hooray! Next. Well, I mean... Yeah, I think we've got everything we need to get here. Wait, hold on. That's a big old American flag. But isn't the Mail a London-based newspaper? I guess it could have been a New York-based paper that has since died. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. On the other hand... on the one hand, I shouldn't let the presence of this one flag weigh against all the other evidence. On the other hand, wait. I now have slightly more evidence that we're in jolly London town. Ever so slightly more. All right. So, if this is Germany surrendering at the end of World War I, that would mean it's like 1919? 1917? I think 1917, the war was still going. Yeah, okay, so this will be 1919. Of course, there is a year between 1919 and 1917, but fuck that. All right, so this is... Oh, God, there's a non-zero chance that that's the Flatiron Building. And if this is the Flatiron Building, that means we're in New York. And when I say New York, I, of course, mean Manhattan. Fuck. God. Trust your gut. Trust your gut, trust your gut, trust your gut. Trust your gut. We are in New York. No. Goog. We are in London. In 1919. Game. Hold on. I'm clicking the button and nothing's happening. And now Sam has told me that it was New York. And when Sam says New York, he means Manhattan. Game? Hold on. All right. Well, I did take down the don't tell me the answer text, so it could just be Sam telling me the answer, but oh boy. Oh, sadness. Hey, time guesser. Voop. All right, I refreshed the page and now it appears to be working. So as we were saying, this is obviously, this right here is the Flatiron Building, which means we're in New York. And when we say New York, we of course mean Manhattan. Now, do I remember exactly where the Flatiron Building is other than Manhattan? No. But, you know, it is around here somewhere. I'm trying to remember where it was in Marvel's Spider-Man, the video game, which may or may not be helpful to me. It appears to not be horrendously helpful to me, actually. Oh well. Let's go right here then. We're in Times Square, actually, in 1919. Hey! It was Times Square in 1918. What? You didn't see the... I didn't change the... Okay. Well, given that I was originally going to be an entire ocean away, I suppose that's fair. Let's see here. All right, so we got a lady with what appears to be a British flag on her face. We got another young fellow with a similar thing. You are in the London Underground, so that kind of narrows it down rather substantially. You've also got a jauntily hatted gentleman. I like your jaunty hat, sir. I can't read your guitar sticker, but I think we already have a location here. So the real question becomes, when was this? And it's a wonderful question. It could have been yesterday. It probably wasn't, but, you know. Let's see. The first woman to sit as a judge. Okay, so we're celebrating that, which means it's fairly modern. What do we got here? We've got horses and guards on parade. This could be like Chucky's coronation, maybe. Yeah, fuck it. Let's say that it was Chucky's coronation, and Chucky's coronation was last year. Okay. So we go back in here to Jolly London Town, and we just kind of throw a dart at a tram station. Hey, look at tram station. By tram, we of course mean metro, or whatever they call it. I don't know. And we say it's 2024. Oh no, it's 2012. I see. Gus Owen, a time guesser, says this is his sister. Thanks, Gus. Good job. Next, we've got big old German church. Okay. Hi there, fancy German church. Specifically the Maria Nascenti. Interesting. All right. So we got a big old Church of the Virgin Mary in Germany. And the question becomes, when was this? Early 1990s, based on this guy's hat and this guy's sleeves, and I don't feel I need anything else, honestly. I thought that this guy was wearing a WCW shirt. He appears not to be. A shame. Anyway, big old fancy German church is probably somewhere in Berlin. I don't know, man. Let's see here. Big old fancy German church. Doodah. Big old fancy German church. Where the fuck are you? Hey! Huh? I think we found the big old fancy German church. I think we might have an idea. This does appear to be a different German church, actually. Upon further examination, this appears to be a different, big, old, fancy German church. I'm sure it's fine. 1992. 1990. Also, it was a big, old, fancy Italian church. The text on the church wasn't German. I mean, it wasn't. You're right, it wasn't. I should have known that. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Living in America is not a great song, but living in America, I see a bunch of people wearing and carrying their country's flag, and I just assume that we're in that country. Because here in America, the most jingoistic bullshit nation in the history of the world, it's just what we do. There are people who, whenever they do anything, they go out for a barbecue on the 4th of July or what have you, or just, to the grocery store on a Wednesday. When you go to the grocery store on a Wednesday, you make sure to wear your American flag t-shirt and carry your American flag to wear as a bandana or what have you. So I look at this and I see a whole bunch of German flags and I'm like, oh, we must be in Germany. It's not how they do that in Europe. In Europe, in civilized nations, when you see a whole bunch of people wearing and carrying the flag of their nation, yes, those people are from that nation, but they are representing that nation somewhere else. So when you see a whole bunch of German folk dressed in German flags and wearing German flag face paint and with a German flag draped around their neck, the one place you can be fairly certain that you're not is Germany. 34,571 is not a good score. Well, yeah, Americans will just wave the American flag everywhere. Listen, buddy, it's not like we don't fly the stars and stripes when we're marching in to take your oil or what have you. But, like, the fact that it is an American flag could be an indicator that you're in the United States, whereas a bunch of people dressed up in German flags is a dead giveaway that it's not Germany. That was my point. 34,571 is a mediocre, floppish score. Go ahead and drop yet more Samurai Slams in the chat. And for today's Immaculate Grid, we need Royals and Rays and White Sox and Angels and Dodgers and dudes what were first-round draft picks. Fun. All right. First round draft pick of the Tampa Bay Rays is Evan Longoria, I think. First round draft pick of the Kansas City Royals is Johnny Damon. I don't feel good about that. Hey, I was right. A first round draft pick of the Chicago White Sox. I think I remember this one. It's Gordon Beckham. Hey, I got the first round draft pick column right. Fuck that column. An Angel who played for the White Sox is Bartolo Colon. An Angel who played for the Rays is a wonderful question. An Angel who played for the Royals is... Do I hit the Zach Greinke button here or here? I hit the Zach Greinke button here, I believe. An Angel who played for the Royals is Zach Greinke. A Dodger who played for the Royals is Nick Punto. Wait. Nick Punto was a Twin forever. He was a Dodger. Did he play for the Royals? A Dodger who played for the Royals is Tony Graffanino? Tony Graffanino? I don't think Tony Graffanino was a Dodger. A Dodger who played for the Royals is Mark Grudzelanek? Okay, then. Dodger who played for the Rays is David Price. A Dodger who played for the White Sox is Manny Ramirez. Ray who played for the Angels. I need me a Rangels. I think Troy Percival was a Rangel, wasn't he? Because he was an Angel for forever, and then toward the end of his career, he latched on with the Rays for a year. That sounds right. That seems to make logical sense to me in my head brain. Troy Percival is a Dodger, not a Dodger, but an Angel, who was also a Ray, and therefore, this is an Immaculate Grid. Well done, Goog. Please pay no mind to the fact that there are only generously counting 4 deep cuts here. But listen, we got the grid, and that's what matters. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on the 800th edition of Good Morning Mini Motorways. I will be back later this evening for Dragon Age: The Veilguard as we continue heading toward the conclusion of that. We're hoping to wrap up Veilguard fairly soon and then move on to Hades 2, which will be fun. So we'll do Dragon Age: The Veilguard later this evening. Tomorrow morning, I will be back for episode 801 of Good Morning Mini Motorways. Until then, thank you all so very much for being here. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.